And I am back, refilled with nice cold coconut water for this hot evening. Which is good, since apparently we are at a place that is attached, possibly, to hell. Cold things are probably a premium here. This is going to be a horrible harbor to leave, by the way. Alright. The Iron Republic. Factory engines roar like false lions. Blood thunders in the dock pipes. Crimson lightning skitters across the deck, leaps to the rail, curls there like a cat. The city is reflected in glassy calm harbor water. The citizens there have the heads of dogs and serpents. Hell has brought freedom to the Iron Republic, freedom from all laws, even those of nature. And then the Thunder decides it's going to co-host this evening. Listen, your fears line up on the quay, waiting, waving like old lovers. My terror is too low to do that one. Ha ha ha! Allow your sailors time ashore. Do they need shore leave this badly? Probably this will increase your terror. Perhaps something else horrible will happen. And it will cost me money. The market of hungers, the parliament of flies. The market of hungers with its spires and sigils. Is it a parody of the bazaar? Today, flies fill its arcades. Buzz, buzz. Compile a port report. It won't be entirely straightforward. The streets won't lie straight, and the ink freezes whenever you look away from the inkwell. Interesting. These are unlocked with you can't spend more than 14 days in port, apparently. Fund a tittering artificer's project. Nearly ready. Yes, yes, nearly ready. I need more. You can have the prototype when it's done. Take it. Kill it. Kill with it. I want to see what damage you can do. Ammunition will be difficult. It will cost you so much. So much! But the weapon. Oh, the weapon. This is a forward-mounted weapon with unusual characteristics. This is unlocked with a secret, 7 Stygian ivory, and 12 devil bone dice. Well, I don't even know where you get Stygian ivory, so we'll just move along. Let's compile a port report. Let's do that. Fact and fiction. To record the Republic's events, it's like trying to sing wax or believe water. You do what you can. The third paragraph buds eyes. The date is fundamentally wrong. The full stops bite. You do what you can. I now have a port report for the Iron Republic. Pages have remained unchanged. That could have changed my pages? Dang. The Parliament of Flies is open for business. I've gained a tale of terror, and I've gained a memory of distant shores. Sure, let's go to the Market of Hungers. A new day comes. Visit the Shops tab. After this visit, the Parliament will no longer be here. The Republic will seek soup and supplies instead. The Cavalry Doctrine is open for business. I've gained a terror. I've gained a fragment. Okay. Shops. The House of Pleasures. The flies will caress you with their wings. Hurry up and purchase something. Okay. They buy romantic literature and Scintillac, neither of which I have. They'll also buy Judgment's Egg for a colossal fluke core? I don't know what that is. They'll buy a dread surmise for 9 searing enigma. Sorry, no, it would cost 9 searing enigmas to get a dread surmise. Oh boy. A bale of parabola linen. This I need. Who plucks the flax from the banks of rivers that flow through sleep? This I need. This I will get. Only one. I will leave off buying fuel or food. I will not allow the sailors time ashore. Market of hungers, the cavalry doctrine. On days such as this, the market is filled with crucified dragons and laws in waiting. They whistle a welcome. I don't think I will be doing that. I think it's time to move on. There is still more south to go. And still more south I can go before I have to turn back. So, we're going to launch and very quickly turn. Aha! Back out to sea. And there's the reason I turned the light off. That ship is much bigger than me. There's some odd swirling going on here. What on earth? What is this? What on earth is all of this? The killing wax wind blows from the south. Engines labor, sailors cry out and fall. Came on deck to find the metal sharp with sparks. Ozonal coronas haunt the ship. This is Dawn's Edge. Dawn's Edge. Did I have that on my list? I did not. This does not seem to be safe to be sailing through. Sharp you. Forward! Come on, little ship, you can do it. That all seems entirely too dangerous to be sailing through. All right. Oh, we are definitely going to attract the attention of that ship. Oh, we do not want the attention of that ship. But I do want to slip by a bit northward of this storm, if storm it can be called. I wouldn't mind the attention if they were friendly. We have another place here. It looks like it ought to have a port. Wait, there is one. It was hiding. It's just underneath that ring there. Oh, that's tricky. Grand Geode, a distant song like a mirage. Grand Geode, a naval base with the Royal Navy's emblems curiously amended. Efficient, bright-eyed women and men work briskly everywhere you look. They are singing hymns with unfamiliar words. Hard-faced Royal Marines watch you carefully, barring entry to the Geode's heart. A plaque by the docks has been defaced with orange paint, but you can still make out the original inscription. Station V Adjunct. Ask to speak to someone in authority. What is this place? Compile a port report. Does the Admiralty know or want to know? Ask the Commodore for a defense against sunlight for Estival. He smiles warmly. Of course, he says, but we'll need our usual consideration to do the work, and it won't be easy. We'll need a giant source from near the Chelenate, and a particular insight, a very, very particular insight. The Gant source can be obtained from the Eater of Names near the Chelenate. A dread surmise can be assembled by the alarming scholar from 7 searing enigmas. That's a lot. My goodness, they want a lot. Let's compile a port report. Take discreet notes. The Marines are watching. We now have one port report. Okay, let's try asking to speak with someone in authority. What is this place? A blank space in your memory. You saw the Commodore, and then there was something bright. You discussed matters of importance. You're certain of it. Teasing clues linger in your memory. A sailor asked to stay behind, and you permitted it because it'll all come clear later, probably. I've gained 25 terror. I'm now at 56. I now have an extraordinary implication. I've lost one crew, which is unfortunate. I'm going to be very slow without that crew member. And I have one memoir of sunstroke. And the light, it's pretty. Menaces, yearning, burning. And that has unlocked purchase an element of dawn from the Commodore. The Commodore welcomes you, smiling, to his immaculate office. Crystals glitter in the walls. Of course, he says, glad to help, but we'll need to cover expenses for an element. The light only produces so many, you know. So... engage an officer. The Carnelian exile has now opened up. A dark-spectacled woman marches up to you in some haste. Captain, take me with you. I am no longer welcome here, and I will show you where we need to go. The exile is a first officer who increases mirrors and pages. Don't I already have a first officer? The only thing I'm missing is a cook. Sorry, ma'am. I'm actually very upset about having lost that sailor. Do I count them as dead? They left the ship and they're not coming back. Should I count them amongst the dead? That's a very difficult question. That is true. Oh my god, what is that thing? I don't want to know. And that is the extent of southward that I can go, I think. Or at least the extent of southward I can go here. We definitely have structures. The Carnelian coast, far to the south, the Neath glimmers among the above the mountain of light. Ah, the Carnelian coast was a place that we were supposed to come for reasons. There appear to be some sort of birds here. That doesn't seem entirely safe. Port Carnelian. Alright, while we're here, we actually haven't had any deaths tonight, which is very sad. So, we will count the sailor that we lost as dead. Haha! Port Carnelian, fallen London's sole imperial possession. Treasure it. Port Carnelian, London's first undersea colony, sweats under a blanket of southern heat. It occurs to me off the top of my head that I don't actually know how to check my quest journal. Oh wait, yes I do. Okay, acquaintance. Bertha's accomplishments, that is great. Another day. Favors, learning about, lineage, memories. Ah, here we go. Objectives. Ambition, find your father's bones. Retrieve strategic information from Mangrove College in the Swallowing Isles. Found a colony. The venturer has a venture. Tomb colonists open a monstrous eel. I gave up on that chance when I ran away from that eel. Oh, he wants 7 bales of linen and I only got 1. Ugh. Unfortunate. Having an affair with the Clattery heir. Something to do with the spiders, the gods of the sea, miscellaneous, request for passage, then dreams of a lady bound for Polythrene, met the father of the Clattery heir, stories, terror. I don't remember what I was supposed to come here for. I'm going to be stuck with that linen for a long time. Anyway, back to Port Carnelian, which I probably learned about in my previous life, maybe? London's first undersea colony sweats under a blanket of southern heat. To the right of the dock, the sapphire mines yawn. To the left, the governor's house stands, prim as an Elderwick mansion. Behind lies the fungal jungle, ghostly in white and violet. Unless Port Carnelian was where I was supposed to get the coffee. also a possibility. Alright, we have visit Murgatroyd's Imperial Tea Shop. Behind the windows, spoons clink on china. That would cost 20 echo, and it's unlocked with 1 terror, which means that it reduces terror by probably 1. Call at Heart's Cross House, where the governor administers this distant fleck of Her Majesty's empire. That generates a port report, apparently, if I'm reading that correctly. Talk to a tiger in the Blue Bazaar. The Carnelian's coast-padding natives are eloquent, placid, and acerbic most of the time. Call at a room above a bookshop. The diplomats of the Khanate were expelled from Port Carnelian following the Galata incident. Only 1 remains behind, not in any official capacity, you understand. That also generates a port report. Interesting. Pan for sapphires in the fungal jungle. Somewhere in its heart runs a river of shining stones. This is a tough challenge with a 31% chance of success. Influence affairs in Port Carnelian. Your network's influence over the colony is extensive. How will you use it? Which is locked because I have no network. And insinuate an agent into Port Carnelian. The place is thick with spies. Who would notice another? Once your agent is in place, you can tap your network for information or use it to influence affairs here. This is a very chancy challenge with only a 46% chance of success, which is also locked because I have no networks here. So the question is, should I call at the room above the bookshop or call at Heart's Cross House? Which port report do you think the Admiralty will pay more for? Let's try the room above the bookshop. Off the record. No, I'm retired now, he tells you cheerfully. His crockery is white as the moon and rimmed with gold. Over tea, he comments sympathetically on the governor's difficulties. I feel for the man, I really do, and asks probing questions regarding your travels. You managed to squeeze in a few of your own. Oh, the Khan is very fond of sapphires. Blue is his favorite color. I now have a port report for Port Carnelian. Which interestingly has closed up everything except panning for sapphires or visiting the tea shop. Do I dare a 31% challenge? I don't think I do. Especially since I don't really want to make a trip back to the Khanate anytime soon. But I will try the shops here. They sell fuel, supplies, and solace fruit. At the dockside market, the stalls are almost the same as Wolfstack, so are the sounds. The scents are utterly different. And the Sapphire Exchange, actually this place is indeed mostly sapphires. They buy romantic literature and mushroom wine. They sell coffee beans. I will buy coffee beans. And they also sell casket of sapphires. It was the Conic general who named the Carnelian coast. Then she discovered it was full of sapphires. Imagine her embarrassment. There's also mountain sherd. This was struck from the side of the mountain of light, who is the god called Stone. It is holy, treated accordingly. If you don't treat it as holy, it can still be sold as a captivating treasure. Huh. Interesting. But I think it was a bag of coffee that my informant wanted. Let's see here. Scrolling. Father's bones. Bring 2 sacks of dark drop coffee. See, it's a good thing I checked. Back to the shops. 2 sacks of coffee. Sack of dark drop coffee beans. All the fire of hell and all the aroma of heaven. 2 sacks of coffee beans for my informant. Now we can go. And I think... Yes, I think heading back north again. We'll trend a little west and north and try to discover everything in that column over there. Which conveniently ignores those big clouds of blue bird-like things. And the whirlpool. Discovered Raynor's Vortex. Yes, that's the thing right next to me. I have not gone west enough. See, that's why I paused. I do want to at least touch that one square down there. Yes, now I'm heading dead towards it. The air trembles, a breath of change passes. Okay, now we just kind of want to head north of here. Yeah, just about as straight north as we can along here. That storm seems to be moving. I don't like it. I would really prefer not to engage that ship. But what do we have over here? Let's stop for a moment and release the bat. Z-Bat has discovered something. Click on the message to mark the location on your chart. Visage is some distance to the northeast. I am not far from that at all. Let's go. A new port. Excellent. I'm getting slightly better at docking, but it gets chancier every time. Visage, hide your face, hide all your faces. Visage, this is the port of Visage, where faces may not be naked. Except one, a stone monument the size of a village church, serenely gazing upwards, flourishing of years. Go ashore, inward and upward. Once you set foot on Visage, you may be here for a little while. Create a port report, you can at least interview those who are leaving. Let's create a port report. That will have to do. A departing merchant gives you a confused account of crocodiles and honey cakes and something about ear blockage. To this, you add your own impressions about the street layout close to port and the types of commerce here. When the lights are especially bright, it's possible to make out the details of the profile of that great stone face. Still have the option of going ashore. Let's do it. Terms. All those who enter must play their parts. The sign is visible only after you've crossed the threshold. Ashore in Visage. On the lower slopes, stone buildings, flat roofs, archways. In the architecture there lingers a memory of lotus and palm frond. The hill above is a face, forever looking up at the ceiling of the Untersee. No one inhabits its cheeks or the hollows of its eyes. Check in at the customs house. One may not wander Visage at will. A changing room. All visitors must pass, one by one, through a room guarded by a person in the mask of a moon moth. That's all for now. Choice of masks. Masks in an assortment of shapes and colors await. Ask to go about without any mask. Your own fair face will do for you, thank you very much. Doesn't seem safe. Ask the significance of the masks. Maybe there's more to it than a question of aesthetic taste. Choose the frog mask, it looks curious. Choose the locust mask, it looks voracious. Choose the bat mask, it looks threatening. I choose the frog. Moon moth lifts the mask and places it over your head. The eye holes are large and they are fitted with spectacles. These improve your view of the environment, though you must look bulb-eyed from the outside. There is also a mechanism attached to the mouthpiece which magnifies any sounds you make, even your breathing. You start to thank the moon moth and it comes out as a booming croak. May you profit from your visit in knowledge, says Moon Moth. Its wings fold neatly over its back. An occurrence, your visage, your mask quality is now 2, frog mask. Visage's expertise in parts hasn't changed because it's lower than 3. I don't know what that means. Ashore, on the lower slopes, stone buildings, flat roofs, archways. In the architecture there lingers a memory of lotus and palm frond. The hill above it is a face, forever looking up at the ceiling of the Untersee. Visit the Library of Parts, so called because all the books are fragmentary, perhaps. Visit the Flood Court. The moon moth speaks as though you should already know what that is. End your performance and leave the island. You can't stay in character forever. Ah. I have to do at least one of these. The library or the court? That is the question. Let's visit the library. I like libraries. Stoop at the lintel, enter the dark. A room of heavy stone, guarded by a golden statuette of a woman with outstretched arms. The scroll niches, sorted to correspond to a variety of masks, the jackal and the lioness, the crocodile and dung-beetle. A woman in the mask of a lotus blossom is standing at a lectern, reading in silence. Moonmoth stands to one side as your escort and tour guide. Ask about the purpose of this room. What sort of parts are they anyway? Study the scrolls in a bumbling way. They look very old, after all. Steal the most valuable-looking scroll for later sale. Not very frog-like, but who cares? It's a high-risk challenge with only a 23% chance of success. Write notes in the margins if your frog glove will hold a pen, that is. Let's ask about the purpose. What is the purpose? Filed under M for masked. Moonmoth explains. People think it means something like Library of Fragments, but this is wrong. The parts in question are like parts in a play. This is where the denizens of Visage come in order to learn how to perform their masks more accurately, more completely, with a truer spirit. I'm not going to steal. I will study the scrolls. Hearts guarded. Taking the nearest, you read it aloud, for guarding against the loss of the heart. Moonmoth takes it from you, rolls it tightly, and returns it to its niche. There are as many ways of guarding against the loss of the heart as there are different masks, it explains, in that same light and indifferent voice. I now have 1 Visage expertise in parts. Interestingly, I still can't leave the island, so let's visit the court. High water. The flood court is a long stone room with 2 ranks of columns on either side. Currently, the court is ankle deep in water, though water stains on the stone show that the flood has often reached higher, sometimes up to the height of your waist. In a raised niche at the far end of the room sits a statue of a man with the head of a ram. He holds a jar from which water flows out onto the floor. Hello, Friend Zone. Thank you very much for the lurk. And Demiser, welcome back. Well, I can't leave, so I am going to keep exploring. Alright, I can ask about the purpose of this room. It doesn't really look as though it's good for anything. I can show Ophis enthusiasm for this wonderful indoor pool. Frogs like pools, right? I can try to steal the statue's jug. It looks ancient and consequently valuable. I can't do that. It's locked. I can spy on the other occupants, which is also locked. I can tastelessly compare this room to other bodies of water. Frogs know water. Let's ask about the room. Let's just ask about the room. I understand that having chosen the frog mask seems to have confined me to bumbling in various ways. I don't actually mind that. Depth per day. From a corner, Moonmoth picks up a graduated stick. He shows you how a person standing at the end of the room may dip the stick into the water and use it to measure the water level at a pre-selected point, and how the measurements are compared with measurements written on a calendar. If the water level does not match the calendrical position, an assembly of pipes and drains is used to adjust it. It used to be, says the moth, that the water rose and fell of its own accord, and the people before wrote down what height it reached. Now the water is still, but thanks to their actions we can replicate the rise and fall so as still to be pleasing to the god of flood. It completes this explanation with a half-body bow towards the statue of the ram deity. Enthusiasm. Let's show enthusiasm. Croak. You exclaim at how much you admire this room and its excellent pool. Your words are, as always, amplified into a croak. Other masks turn towards you, crocodile, lotus blossom, crescent moon, but no one speaks. You have garnered a suitable degree of disdain. Moon Moth quietly applauds your performance of froghood. Ha ha! I am content with this. I am content with this. Let us go. A shame about the moth. You say farewell to the moon moth. It makes gestures you now recognize as agitation. Perhaps there was some other plan for you here, but no one consulted you about it. You have other things to attend to. Your last sight of Visage the moth smoothing the folds from your robe and hanging your mask on a peg for the next visitor. Well, can't go back in. Can't get a new sailor to replace the one that was lost. No place to shop. Time to go. We will pause. Yep, it is westward and then northward again. I am starting to worry about the amount of fuel, but it is what it is. Honestly, I should be able to use supplies as fuel. I didn't go far enough west. Oh, that's a whirlpool. We're not gonna worry about that then. Let's see. Little ships throng the waters here. The crew grow wistful. They swap old stories of sunlit sea. We draw near to the Communion Canal, the way to the surface. Whoa! No, 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 no. I'd like to go to the lions, but I would like to go to the lions without engaging that crab. Here we are. Perhaps I can buy some more fuel here. That would be good. Well, Demiser, by the time you'd gotten here, I had already been to the library and I was just in the court, so there really wasn't much left to explore. Salt lions with a vast sorrow in their empty eyes. Let's Let's see here. I don't think I have 20 units of cargo space right now. Alright, let's compile a port report to start with. Record the activities of the Unmakers, such as they are. Rite of Stone and Silence. I don't actually have the DLC that allows me to explore the bottom of the ocean without dying, Ark. Yes, Ark, there is a DLC for this game called Submariner, which allows you to person a submarine rather than a surface ship. I do not have that DLC because I really hadn't played very much of the base game, and I wanted to get further in the base game before considering, you know, more of anything. There's also another sequel to this game called Sunless Skies, which allows you to fly around discovering things. I also don't own that. Alright. Visit the Unmakers. Muscular pick-wielders rest on camp stools, watching you approach, passing hip flasks around. An unctuous overseer beckons you to sit. Fungal tisane and tea cakes. We get funding from the bazaar, it's true, but Station 4? I wouldn't call us Station 4. It's a little grandiose. The stones are stuffed with secrets, but most of them are used as garden statuary or occult ballast. Most of them. Some go down to the places under the bazaar. More tea cakes? Lost 5 terror, gained 1 fragment. I mean, I have for once I have the money that I would be able to take some Sphinx Stone to London, but I doubt I have the hold space. Oh, wait, I do, just barely. But I wouldn't be able to take on more than 2 more fuel. And that would be very unfortunate indeed. But that is if I can actually... Oh, no shops. Alright, I think there are enough of you actually paying attention to have a vote. Let's see if you can manage to split it between you. Should I try to take some Sphinx Stone back to London for 200 echoes? Or should I leave it be? I'm gonna sit here, drink my coconut water, and give you a moment. Complete silence in the chat. Nobody has an opinion. Well, I don't like to sit here in silence without even music from the game running for too long, Ark, so I can't give you forever. Does it really take so long to type do it or don't do it? Fine, I'm feeling indulgent of myself. Let's do it. It's not like I can buy fuel here anyway. If the stones weep, an Unmaker advises you, ignore them. Unless they flood your hold, of course. Then you should probably drop them overboard. Don't tell anyone I said that. I now have 20 Sphinx Stone. It is time to go. are going to try to get back to London in the straightest line possible. Unfortunately, this means going straight through this fog. I do worry about the fuel situation. I get that, Ark. I have days like that myself. Ones where I have a video or something running on the computer and I'm also doing something on the tablet and having a talk in Discord. I can't really maintain it the entire time, but... Do they have fuel in Quaker's Haven? Well, I can't do a port report because I already did that, I think. Well, I'm going to buy fuel from the lady with soot-stained lips who has apparently been eating her stock. That is definitely some high-tier multitasking there, Ark. There was a point in time where my job paid me to have one conversation on the phone while I was typing another thing in a computer. And doing filing. But those days are in my past. But yes, we're going to pay through the nose through this probably spit-stained fuel. Which will hopefully give us enough fuel to get back. Oh, no, I don't have a port report for here, so let's spend the 1 coin to get the port report. Nothing to report. It's so nice here, even though it's in this giant bank of fog right now. And because I haven't done it, I'm going to explore the shore. Disembarking. From a stony bay, you watch as a swift corvette draws into the harbor. The men and women on board are dressed in naval uniform and walk as if they were balancing the good book on their heads. And though the gas lamps on the dock blaze as if to burn the work, not a sailor squints. Interesting. Strange, but interesting. Oh, I could buy another fuel. Worth. Okay, 4 should definitely get us back to London, I think. Okay, while we're in this fog, I will leave on my light for once. I'm not sure what the fog is from. This place doesn't really have weather, so why does it have fog? Heck, why does it have that ember storm that we ran into that ate up all our fuel down south? Admittedly, everyone is burning coal, so... And here we are, home again. And the revenue men have returned. I mean, we have some suspicion against us because of our dealings with the one-eyed man and his employer. But it's not enough suspicion to have it reduced by all this. So we're just going to have to keep going through it. It's ridiculous. I have nothing to hide. A breath of relief. As soon as the gangplank touches the quayside, the terrors of the deep sea lighten. Walk taller, smile more readily, but what dreams may cling. We've reduced the terror to 50, yay. But we've gotten another nightmare, and so we've got 2 again. Alright, collect messages. Something has changed underneath. Someone wants to sign on. The alarming scholar has invited us to call on them. We have a free day, and the rose market hasn't changed because we didn't sell anything last time we were here. Well, I guess we should visit the alarming scholar then. So, let's visit the alarming scholar. Oh my, a little present from the scholar. You've been so very helpful. I wanted to give you something for your next voyage. I bottled it myself. Oh my. What is it? Dark glass. It smells pickled, chemical, salty. Once it might have been eel flesh, but the scholar assures you that it has vital and nutritional virtues. Save it for an emergency, perhaps. You've gained 2 supplies. Interesting. Unfortunately, the scholar does not offer much for a Z story, so I won't be selling that to them. But we do have this extraordinary implication, which I could hang on to for the colony thing, but nah. Let's offer it to the scholar. The scent of secrets. I will place it with the others. One day I will have enough. 250 echo for that. And 2 fragments, as well as increasing favor with the antiquarian. For whatever that is worth. Okay, and my father's bones, the next step. Do I have what my contact wants? I do! I have 2 bags of coffee for you. The Bishop of St. Fiacre. The Bishop wants dark drop coffee from the Elder Continent. If you have it, he will see you now. I do. I do. Eccentric appetites. Do you know of the place called Avid Horizon? The Bishop asks. It is a place of many natures. One nature is this. It is a place of confession. One tormented by his conscience may mark his name on the piers of the dock there, seeking absolution, or at least punishment. Your father's name is there, and his crime. Find it, and you will find his resting place. He sips from a tiny cup of freshly brewed coffee. This is really very good. so I will give you 2 final pieces of advice. Firstly, beware Mount Nomad. And secondly, the Fathom King has been given authority over all things lost at Z. If you need more assistance, ask him. The bishop smiles at you over his coffee cup. He will ask a little more from you than I have. Go to Avid Horizon in the north of the Untersee to continue. Okay, back to the notes. We still don't know which way to go for Polythreme or Wolfstock. However, Avid Horizon or possibly Horizon's Aspect? Which is in the north of the Untersee. Man, I love how sparkly this pen is. But yes, beware Mount Nomad. Has this life discovered that? I need to check my map. This life has discovered Mount Palmerston, but not Mount Nomad. Okay. Back to the book. And the Admiral. Submit some port reports, although I don't have many this time. The Iron Republic. Excuse me, I need to unlock this. And this. Oops, and this. Could you place your report inside? Yes, I imagine someone will read it eventually. There's always someone. Oh my. Wait, this is blank. Yes, both sides. No, I assure you. No, I know these things happen in the Republic. Consider this an ex gratia payment to cover your costs. 10 Echo, lost a terror, no longer have a port report, and they still gave me a fuel. Yay. Visage. Ah, the island that looks up. I don't suppose you found out what it's staring at. 40 Echoes, lost the port report, gained a favor, have a new accomplishment, surveyed Visage, and more fuel. Always fuel. I need so much fuel. Port Carnelian. You know, I sometimes wonder whether that place was a good idea. I didn't say that. 30 Echo, lost the port report, gained a fuel, got a favor, and accomplishment of surveyed Port Carnelian. Grand Geode. The Grand... Yes, of course. We're generally quite well informed on that topic, but since you're here, perhaps you may as well let us know what your own impressions were. Oh, I have overfilled. This is terrible. Oh, it's because I didn't sell off the stone before I came to do this. Oh, this is awful. Okay, this is gonna be weird, but I'm gonna dump a fuel. Okay, we got another favor, that's great. We're not going to submit the rest of the reports. Where do I sell the stone? Do I sell it at Roser's Wharf? I don't think so. No. Shops. Somebody buys stone here. Who buys stone? Oh, this guy buys honey for 20. I don't think so. Somebody here must buy stone. What do I... Sphinx stone. The unmakers have smashed the sad and rubbly remains off the flanks of a salt lion. A contact in London will purchase them. Contact? Where? Whom? Ah, of course. London delivers Sphinx stone. Special constables, black uniforms, distinctive caps, the badge of the Ministry of Public Decency wait with a cart. I feel a fool now. Sign, sign, sign. Here's a receipt. Here's a discretion contract. Here's a penalty contract. Your vision is blurred by the end of it all. The cart rumbles off into the coiling fog. Here's your reward. 500 echoes. Excellent investment. Lost 2 terror. No longer have Sphinx stone taking up most of my inventory. Back to the Admiral, and we'll submit the rest of the port reports. Alright, the Salt Lions. The Bazaar has always taken an interest in that place. 20 echoes, 1 fuel. Don't have the port report anymore. Favor stays the same. I have an accomplishment of survey the Salt Lions. Yay. And Quaker's Haven. They're getting along that well, you say? I ended up not reading the flavor text for having turned that one in. The fuel overfilled my inventory. I am sad about that. And I've gained another fuel. And we'll leave. I didn't realize that it was 7 bales of linen. Oh boy. I mean, I know where to go to get linen now, but ugh. My lodgings. I could purchase an elegant townhouse. Oh, that costs 1,000 though. I'm not interested in that. Back to London. I need to hire on another crew member, but first I'm going to check out the new recruits in case there's one of the cheap ones in there. A new recruit who awaits my attention. Whom? Engage an officer, the Presbyterian adventuress. Afternoon, Captain. Looking for a gunnery officer? I'd like to help you blow up some monsters if you'll have me. Well, I already have a gunnery officer, so that's not going to be happening. I can engage a sailor. What desperate desire has led this one to sign on? Who cares? They're very keen. Consequently, they're cheap. That's what I wanted. 5 echo for a new crewmate to replace the one who left. 5 echo, lost 1 terror. Now I could carouse in Wolfstack docks. It's chancy, however, considering the fact that I've been having a very torrid affair with one of my ship's officers when I also have a girl waiting back in port here, possibly. And the last time I did it, it only reduced my terror by 1. I just don't know that it's worth it. I think it is time to go northward again. So let's buy some fuel and some supplies. Okay. I am feeling good about this. Let's go. We have a reason to go northward, and I haven't been to Vanderbilt in some time. I have many memories of distant shores and sunlit something or others. I feel good about my amount of supplies. Also, at least for this leg, I feel like I know where I'm going. Ugh, I don't wanna. Haha, I'm sneakier than you. Dicks. Everything's fine. Yeah, I should have turned off my light before they spotted me. Okay, I can't provide what I promised because I didn't promise it in the first place. You just demanded it. So, the tomb colony. So... yes, they only had 30 HP, but I'm just avoiding combat tonight. I'm being weird that way. Okay, visit a certain little restaurant. Fine cuisine in Vanderbilt? Now that would be something. Which I will do. But first, gathering gossip. Along the coast of the Intersea, it's remarkably hard to die. The decrepit and nearly dead who leave London become tomb colonists and settle here in bandaged peace. But they don't give up their ties to home, or their politics. You gather a haul of complex clues, enough to keep your contacts in London interested. That's a port report. Alright, now let's visit that certain little restaurant that we heard rumors of, what was it, 2 streams ago? Visit a certain little restaurant, a corkscrewed street. At the twisty tip of an odd little side street, welcoming yellow light glows from the gilt-lettered windows of a restaurant. A sign reads Vengeance of Jonah. A beefy tomb colonist bustles up. A grey mustache posts impertinently out from under his bandages. Come in, come in! A bandaged poissonniere at Venderbite seeks passage with a Z-captain sympathetic to intrepid cuisine. I've found the vengeance of Jonah, and I've lost one terror. I can't actually watch that clip right now, Ark, but it's probably me calling the pirates dicks. The Vengeance of Jonah. It's a cramped little place, but much better lit than most places in the tomb colonies. The scents of the dishes are multitudinous and extraordinary. Are they good? They might be. They might be good. It's difficult to tell. I'm psychic, Ark. I just, reached out across the vast distances and read your mind. Sometimes I do that. Okay, so sample today's special. The food here is exceptional. You need not fear poisoning or boredom. Definitely not boredom. This is usually a more effective way of reducing terror than producing a dusty glass of wine, and will also reduce hunger. It's a matter of luck. It could go either way. I have a 60% chance of success on that one. Mostly I just checked in to see what you made the clip of, Ark. Don't worry, I left your secrets unturned. Offer a strange catch. The Vengeance of Jonah is liberal in its approach to edibility. They will pay a small fee and return some of the material to you as supplies. Oh, and I don't have a strange catch anymore, alas. Or I can recruit the bandaged poissonniere, which I'm never going to pronounce properly. The bandaged fishman has long wished to travel, but you'll need to outfit the galley to his exacting standards. That gets me a cook at long last, but it would cost 300 echoes in order to do that. Is it worth it to finally fill that spot? Yes. Let's do it. We will have a cook. Avid enthusiasm. Ah, my captain, the things we will catch, that we will consume, that we will experience. We will discover the seventh sensation, you and I, the taste that one tastes with the heart. You there, sailor, careful with the brazen alembic. It's worth more than your wretched soul. I have a cook. Let's put him where he should be. Assign him to his slot. And heck, while we're here, let's talk to him. My captain, come into my little galley. Mind that pot of sauce. It is, vigorous in the extreme. I could dine with him? One supply, one mutter salt, one strange catch. That sounds very dangerous. And I can increase my massive amount of hearts more with him. I was hoping to get more of a story, but I guess not. Hearts and pages. Very good. Alright, let's explore Venderbite while we're here. The Carmine Chapel. A little chapel stands alone. You poke your head through the door. The walls are deep red, just this side of scarlet. A ruby-tinted window at the back glows with steady light. An electric lamp behind the glass? Rare and expensive, but this is no gaslight. No one is here, and yet you have the sensation that only a moment ago someone must have been. Search the place, which is a modest challenge for what you can find. 69% chance of success. Nice. Leave. This shade of red would be unsettling enough in a dowager's parlor. Daubed on the walls of an empty place of worship? Nothing cheerful will happen here. Make an offering, drop a coin into the empty offering box, and pray to the power of this place, whoever it might be. 1 echo and... Alright. Pet the puppies for me. Make an offering with half-familiar rites. Moving as if asleep, you place a candle at each corner of the altar. If menaces unaccountably peckish. That only happens if you run out of supplies at sea, I think, and I have not actually done that. I shall make an offering. An uncertain outcome. Prayer soothes the soul, they say. Your soul is not soothed. You wait, head bent, while the light in the chapel beats on, shadowless and unmoved. Nothing changes. The red of the place gets into your vision. The faces of your crew seem flushed, as if fevered. You hear your own breathing echo raggedly. No one is sitting in the pew behind you. It doesn't stop you looking. The scene will stay with you. Perhaps you can write of it when you return to London. Gained 5 terror. A tale of terror. Not the best outcome there. Shops. Let's see. The Hollow Temple. Oh, they buy recent news, too. That is good to know. Well, let's sell off the Memories of Distant Shores. And the Vision of the Surface. And sure, let's sell the recent news, too. I don't really want to pay 60 echo. I think that is it for Vanderbite. Or Venderbite. So, yeah, let's head straight north from here. Bats. Go away. I don't want to deal with any of that. And I don't want to get into a fight with the Lifeberg either. Which has indeed noticed me because I passed too close. Hi, Arkwin. we're not dead yet. I hope you patted the puppies for me. Hey, it's Codex again. Codex, an Isle of Answers. The Isle of Codex, a desperate cave full of mute exiles and an inexplicable colony of shivering, bad-tempered monkeys. No, this is Try Not to Die, Thursday. Which we have succeeded except for the one person who is dead to us. Okay, acquire a doomed monster hunter. This one has waited all her life for a single answer. Give her that answer and she will be ready to lay down her life. I don't have a searing enigma to give her, so alas. Compile a port report. No one will speak. This is a challenge. Or offer the shivering monkeys a lamentable relic. They will lay it before their mournful shrine. In exchange, they offer Z-stained logbooks from a battered chest. Trade a lamentable relic for 3 unread logs. I've not encountered unread logs before. I don't know what use they are. They must be. But let's compile a port report since I don't have a lamentable relic or a searing enigma. Silently forthright. The exiles see many come, fewer leave. Some are even willing to communicate, but their gestures are unfamiliar, the meanings unclear. Even when you can understand, there are answers without questions, as useless as a key without a lock. Codex is a strange place, but we have now officially been here. And now we leave. Now, in the previous life, Codex was about as far north as one could go. And it appears to be mostly that way this time as well. Whoop. Don't want to be getting into sea battles. So, what, Ark? I am hoping so, Ark. Okay, we made it. Okay, Mount Palmerston. Sullen lights glow green at the jetty's edge. Behind the port buildings, the island is knee-deep in ash. There are ruins here and there of houses destroyed by fire. Far above, the mountain's top flickers red, just for an instant. I would really like for it to happen. I have been working on trying to get it to happen. Engage an officer. It's a first officer who increases iron, veils, and hearts, but not enough linen. Let's see. Dig amongst the ruins. Perhaps the villagers left valuables behind? You could pick over the remains to see what you might find, you ghoul. 60% chance of success. Let's see. This one generates a port report, which is chatting to the folk about the Brimstone Convention. Okay, so let's generate the port report. A shrug and a curse. They don't do us any harm. They stay up there, and we stay down here. If hell's fighting itself, that's good for us all, isn't it? Yes. That may well have been me yesterday, Ark. If you mute the stream on Twitch, Twitch does not actually count you as watching that stream, but if you have the tab running and you mute the tab, then Twitch still counts it. Yeah. Alright. We've generated a port report. I don't feel like digging amongst the ruins, so let's explore the island. Tangled of thorn scrub, climb the rocky slopes of the volcano. A privateer encampment. This was an empty cliff top above the bleak waves. Now it blazes with color. Striped tents, colored flames, the music of pianola and kettle drum, mustachioed women and languorous men play chess, carve bones, eat cats, and polish their terrifying brash weapons. These are Iron Republic privateers, pirates whose practices contravene the very laws of nature. I could attack. They are numerous but lost to wine and music. You will have the element of surprise, but it's very hard to know exactly what those weapons will do. Matter of luck, 50% chance. I could creep close and eavesdrop. The Republic is privy to the gossip of hell. Creep close and you may learn important secrets. Which has a 46% chance of success. So yes, I believe I will be attacking since it has a better chance of success. This is going to go horribly. Let's go, 50%. Whee! Unlucky. The privateers run, yell, and fall, but now one seizes a weapon like a trombone inscribed with blasphemies. It conjures an appalling vibration which converts your sailors to screaming jellies. Another crouches behind a rock. She employs a kind of mortar which rains down lethal pine cones. They smell delightful, but their perfume causes pine needles to erupt in green masses from your ears, mouths, and necks. Your crew is lost to bewildered terror. You free as the triumphant privateers celebrate amidst flares of red light. Gained 1 terror, lost 1 crew, 7 fragments. Oh boy. Yep, that's let's pull up the death tracker again. Death count 2. And down to 7 sailors again. I could still dig amongst the ruins, but I'm really not feeling good. Okay. I would like to explore more, but I am starting to run low on fuel again. So I think what I will try to do is go back to Venderbite through those 2 squares that I haven't touched yet because of the stupid bats. What am I supposedly in combat with? Seriously, what am I supposedly in combat with? I see absolutely no threats, and it's not just because of the fog. I haven't killed any bats. Keeping those things centered is beyond my abilities. Boreal Reach. Is this snow? Touch it and it puffs to vapor. Your crew huddles close to the warmth of pipe and funnel. Your faith in my steering abilities is very touching, Miser. I will try to not steer into this island in order to shore up that faith. No islands in the Z-Bat's range. I'm trying to remember to use the bat more often. The air trembles, a breath of change. Oh no, snow. Oh, this all just came out of nowhere. Okay, I'm pretty much pointed straight at Venderbite now. I hate bats. Y'all happy now? Are you happy now? A bat swarm defeated. Little leathery corpses lie scattered across your deck. The rest of the swarm vanishes into the neathly dark. Gather up the corpses, they are succulent with stolen blood, into the pot. Or dispose of the corpses. Their mere touch leaves you shuddering. This will slightly reduce terror. I don't need supplies. I could use terror reduction. Dispose! Into the sea with you! Their eyes are still fierce in death. Sailors sweep them overboard with brooms, careful to not touch them. Ah! Spin, 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 spin. yeah, I'm terrified at the moment. And we are back at Venderbite. Hurrah! We already did pretty much everything here, but I'm here because I want to buy another fuel to get me home, just in case. No, I have not even found a single color yet, Demiser. As I have done a bit of exploring, but no colors have presented the opportunity. But I do have a little bit more of the map than I had the last time that you were here. And I did, in fact, manage to find the Khanate and make it back to London without dying, which is not something that I expected to do. And at least in this version of the map, it's actually very easy to get to the Khanate for me. I just have to go to the Shepherd's Isles and then go straight east. So, Life B has been going better than Life A did. Except for the, ever-present crippling terror. That's the A life did not spend so much time terrified. Bats to the left of me. Sorry, bats to the right of me. Oh, whichever way it is. This is not going to go well. This is bad. There's a big old nope. Why are bats so fast? Hello, Timac. Good evening. Leave me alone. I don't want to get the bats in combat because then the ship would start being in combat with me, and I can't deal with two targets at the same time. It's just not. Nearly home. It turns out that I did not need that one extra fuel I bought, but really? I'm like 3 feet out of port. Recurring nightmare watched. Okay. I have 100% chance on either of these. I'm still going to flee the nightmare, just like last time. I had a restful night. The sea churns in your wake. You pull away from the eye, into the shallower waters of waking, but a terror clings. I've lost 2 terror, I've lost 1 menace, I've lost 1 restful night. I'm gonna need another restful night. I can't believe that happened so close to port. That's ridiculous. An inspection by the Ministry of Public Decency. Some things are too illegal for the customs services to admit the existence of. The Ministry is here looking for those. nothing to hide. You shrug and invite them to search your ship as thoroughly as they would like, which is available to me because I don't have any red honey. I don't have a gift for the Pirate King. And I still don't have any red honey. Or gentle encouragement. You would never dream of impeding their duty, but surely there are other more dangerous ships in the Untersee than little old me? Search the ship. Go ahead. See if I care. They leave scuff marks on the newly scrubbed decks and take great pleasure in tangling the rigging. They find nothing more dangerous than moldy ship's biscuit. A breath of relief. As soon as the gangplank touches the quayside, the terrors of the deep sea lighten. Walk taller, smile more readily, but dreams may cling. And hey look, that nightmare I burned off is back again. It's like an old friend. Alright, let's collect messages from the harbor master. Is this longer than usual? Oh, it is. Something has changed in the Neath. Someone wants to sign on. The alarming scholar has invited you to call on them at the university. The blind bruiser attends to business on the dock. Oh boy. That's all for now. I have another day of free evening, and the rose market hasn't changed because I didn't sell anything. A little request. Once more we find ourselves here on the quayside, what is, I suppose you might say, the lip of the well of opportunities. Let us both drink deeply from this well, by which I mean my patron has a task for you. Take a payment across the ocean and bring back a little package. Oh, it's the Khanate again, isn't it? Of course, if you return to London without the little package, I will probably have something sharp to say about it. Or refuse, announce to the blind bruiser that your debt is paid and you're done. Do I continue the shady dealings, or do I attempt to cut ties? Fine, let's continue. Here's the money, don't lose it. Now bring the package back here, and it is my hearty recommendation that you avoid the ungentle attentions of the excise, on account of if you return without the package, it is of no interest to my patron whether you have lost it or had it taken from you. Good luck, good luck. If you return to London without an unstamped crate of brilliant souls before completing this task, there is a risk that the blind bruiser will take offense with his knife. I've gained 1,000 echo. I've been asked to pick something up. I've been asked to collect a package from Polythreme in the Sea of Voices. I don't know where that is. I have it on my list of places, but I don't actually have a general direction that it's in. This is bad. There's no hints here. This is, oh no. What have I done? Alright, let's visit the alarming scholar before I forget. A little present from the scholar. You've been so very helpful. I wanted to give you something for your next voyage. I bottled it myself. Same text as before. 2 supplies. Excellent. I'm going to need a lot to find what I'm looking for. I'm going to continue hanging on to the Z story because I'm sure somebody else wants it. I just can't remember who. Let's hit up the Admiral. Submit what port reports I have. Mount Palmerston, the Brimstone Convention. They trouble me, Captain. Alright, gained 40 echo. Got a fuel. Benderbite. 10 echo and a fuel. Codex, exiled for giving answers. That's Wither for you. Anything new? 20 echo, 1 fuel. 1 favor from the Admiralty. And an accomplishment for having surveyed Codex. Yay! Lodgings? Aha, I can finally read the papers again. The Unexpected Gazette, the magazine formerly known as the London Magazine, the Spiteful Trumpeter. News. News from abroad. The Khanate is threatening war. They always are. London's colonies on the Carnelian coast want independence. They always do. The Untersee, the paper's report, has undergone another alteration. Not yet it hasn't, you'd know. Oh-ho! A promotional coupon for Mrs. Plenty's provisioners for a half cask of salt herring. You could use that. I've gained a supply and lost a terror. And I will rest in a room in order to get a restful night because of these ridiculous nightmares. Lost 10 echo, 1 terror, gained a restful night. And the light, it's pretty strange. Okay, London. Let's check out the recruits, because maybe there will be an inexpensive seaman to replace the one that I've just lost to pirates. The Presbyterian Adventuress is still here, and so is the Desperate Sailor. Haha. 1 Desperate Sailor for me. And we're back to 7. I was really so hoping that I was going back to the Khanate, because I know how to go to the Khanate now. The question is, where is the Sea of Voices? Have I found the Sea of Voices? I have not. And I don't even know what direction to go in. Oh, this is very bad. I may have to break my own rule. I may have to look up spoilers to know what direction I'm supposed to go in. I mean, I know it's not going to be exactly where anybody's found it, but at least having a general direction that I'm supposed to be going in would be very, very good indeed. However, that is not tonight's problem. Not anymore. It is after midnight, and thus I will be logging off in London this time. Don't have too much of the map left to explore. That's I'm gonna call that a very kind lie there, Demiser. I can see the borders of this map. And I can see all the black that is left on this map. So, I need to know where the Sea of Voices is. I might have to look up spoilers because I have been given no hints at all. Unless it is in here somewhere. Nope, there's no hint in the journal either as to where it is. It's a place whose name has come up before, but there's never been a direction mentioned, or I would have written it down in my notes. Oh, this is all very unfortunate. I'm quite put out. This is where Polythreme came up. The unsettled salvager wants to find Polythreme, so that would cover 2 bases, but the direction that Polythreme was in was never brought up. The viewer thing for Associate is actually a little complicated. Let me just, since we are in fact ending soon, Try Not to Die has been medium successful tonight, what with only 2 deaths. It is averaged across 30 days. However, the average is updated with every stream that I do. So I will see the difference that the viewership of this stream made tomorrow. Basically. That's the way it goes. So it is an over 30 days thing. I am hoping for me too. I am hoping very hard for me. But we shall see. In any case, our usual closing spiel. The previous sessions of Sunless Sea and the other Try Not to Die sessions are all on my YouTube, along with my Disco Elysium sessions previous. The Try Not to Die, the Sunless Sea will be updating every Tuesday, and Disco Elysium updates with the previous session every Friday. And as Ark has called up my schedule there, I will be back again on Sunday night starting at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time, where I will be playing Disco Elysium. I might even investigate the murder mystery that is the center of the plot in that game. But first of all, I'm going to be talking to a terrible, terrible child about some bugs. So that's on the plate for Sunday. And then after that, I will be returning again next Wednesday at as close to 7 p.m. as people can be gotten into the same place at the same time to play Among Us with a group of my local writing friends. And then Sunless Sea will be returning again next week on Thursday for Try Not to Die Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, where I will be trying to figure out where the heck the Sea of Voices is and sailing to it so that I don't die the next time I come back to London. So I don't know if my voice for Kuno is still going to be perfect, Ark. It's been a long time since I've talked to him. I think it's been over a month in real time since the last time I spoke to Kuno. I don't actually like speaking to that brat. But we shall see, because he is the first person that I'm going to be speaking to on Sunday. So tune in on Sunday to find out if I've forgotten what the kid sounds like in my head. So this has been fun. I'm amazed that I am still on the B captain and haven't moved on to C or D yet. A great applause for me, I suppose. And I hope that everyone continues to have a great night. And I hope to see you all on Sunday. Good night.